think it is. Okay, there we go. All right, we're up and going. I'm getting some error messages. Y'all put an 8 in there if it's great. Put an 8 in there. If everything is up and running good, it's slowly coming up. I think the internet's slow because, like I said, all right, let's see. It's not. Let me make sure I'm up. At least let me make sure I'm up over here on YouTube, and then we'll get started. I won't hold y'all up too long. Okay. Yep, we're up and going there. Good. All right. So shalom, y'all. Michael Israel. So yesterday, you know, some of y'all didn't see it, but I was live over there on Facebook, and I told y'all today I had to get approval before I put this up, but one of the brothers here, Straitway, Florida, his name's Brother Steve. He's the head of Straitway, of the Straitway New York Fellowship, and he is a registered nurse up there in New York City, in Brooklyn. He's at a hospital. He works in an ICU in Brooklyn. And he also he works in an ICU at another hospital there. So he's very busy. I talked to him a little bit on Marco Polo this morning, and brother gave a lot of great information. He's boots on the ground. This is one of the Straitway brothers I met. Matter of fact, y'all, there's a video I put up here with some brothers playing some jazz. One of them's playing a horn, and there's a brother behind them on the keyboard. That's Brother Steve right there. Okay. He gave me some straight up frontline, boots on the ground information. Okay. And I'm going to put it here for you. I got the video. So that, and I'm doing this, I'm not doing this to scare people. I'm doing this to warn people, let people know so that there's no confusion, okay? This ain't through the news. This ain't through some Facebook, YouTube person, conspiracy theorist. No, this is a brother that we know, okay? And he's right there seeing firsthand what's going on. And I know, I saw what they had. I seen, because I read this. This was something that was posted because people don't trust the news. And the news is its own worst enemy because they're stupid. They do a lot of dumb stuff. They got agendas. So now everybody's just completely throwing the news out, and they don't believe any of it. Here's a good example of it. CBS News caught using footage of an overwhelmed Italian hospital in coronavirus coverage about New York City. And people pointed that out. They said they immediately, I read the article a little bit. They admitted the mistake, and after airing the footage, they said they went back and changed. But that's why the news is dangerous, man. I agree. But I still watch it critically. But let's throw the news out. Let's not worry about the news. Hold on. Okay. We're going to get Frontline information right now. I'm going to put up, I got a couple videos from Brother Steve where me and him were chatting back and forth on Marco Polo. And he said, hey, I could play them all. So I'm going to play his first one. Okay. So let me put it up here, and here it is.
Hey, shalom, sons of Jacob. Brother Steve from New York. Just clocking in, checking in with you guys so I can give you guys an update of what I'm seeing here in New York. I'm actually just now leaving work, and definitely it's an interesting experience seeing the things I'm seeing here in New York. First off, the Saints in New York are doing very well. Nobody's sick. Nobody's got any issues respiratory-wise with this coronavirus going around, as they call it. Everybody's doing very well. The Saints in New York, New Jersey, all the fellowship in the area, everybody's doing well. We're staying tight in communication with each other. We're all doing very good. I want you guys to give you an update on what I'm seeing in the hospital, because again, I work in the ICU, so I'm literally at, you can call it ground zero. So whatever is going down with this pandemic, I'm right in the epicenter of it. And definitely what I'm seeing is that whatever this thing is, it's affecting everybody. When I first was working, maybe a week ago, I was seeing a lot of people that were older, 60s. Then I started seeing 50-year-olds. Now I'm seeing 40-year-olds. And the other day I saw 30-year-olds coming in with very bad respiratory issues. It's gotten to a point where most of the hospitals, the morgue is full. So they actually have, ice trucks, fridge trucks, that they literally have to put the bodies in trucks outside of the hospital because the morgue in the hospitals are full. The hospitals in New York are definitely getting hit pretty bad. Supplies are low because they're using all the gloves, all the masks. They're like putting sanctions on staff because staff are trying to take stuff home. So supplies are low. It's pretty bad. Nurses are frustrated, doctors are frustrated because the nurses are upset they don't have enough supplies, and now they're like, people are not coming to work. It's getting to the point where nurses, if you guys don't have supplies in the hospital, I'm just not coming to work. So it's literally, anybody that has a fever, they do not want them coming to work. So literally at the doors of the hospital, they have security and they have a person with a thermometer. If you have a temperature above 100, you're not coming to the hospital. In the stores, they literally have a cap of how many people can come into the stores. So let's say we went to Home Depot the other day. They only allow 100 people in Home Depot at a time to execute the social distancing, they're calling this. So they're putting a cap on how many people go into the stores. The America that I grew up in, the New York that I grew up in, is not the same. And I definitely see what Pastor is saying is right. What we're going to experience after this calms down, the U.S. that we saw before, I don't see how it could be the same. A lot of changes are going to happen because the way that this is affecting the world and the cities, it's very tangible and profound. Literally, it's got to the point where if anybody comes in with this virus and if they have to intubate them, the tube goes down their throat and they need assistance breathing, I have not seen one person come back. Once that tube goes down their throat to help them breathe, I have not seen any come back. So literally last night as I'm working, it's literally codes ringing all night for cardiac arrest because people are not breathing, they're not absorbing oxygen into their body, then their heart stops. So literally what I'm telling you, the body bags in these ice trucks, these freezer trucks are loading up with bodies, literally loading up with bodies. Every single hospital, I would say, in Brooklyn has a truck full of bodies. Now, I'm saying all this, and I'm not even adding any fear in the air, because the Most High is our Elohim, and the word is very clear. The Most High puts angels around those that fear Him. So I go into work as if it's a regular day. There's no spirit of fear around me. The Most High, blessed that I have a job, I'm able to work. I'm in the ministry where the Most High called me to know Him. There's no spirit of fear around me. But that spirit of fear is jacking up a lot of people here in New York. Nurses are scared to go to work. They're staying home. Nurses are quitting their jobs. Like, if you're trying to put me in a room with a patient that has a disease, I'd rather quit my job. So a lot of things are changing. It's very interesting because even when it comes to people that work, they're being forced to go to old paths. Just like Zedekiah said, some people are you're going to be forced to live in community. Because a lot of people that lost their job, they have no choice but to buckle together. No choice. I'm seeing people are scared to wear makeup. Glory to the King. People are scared to wear their wigs to work. Glory to the King. Some women are forced to actually homeschool their children now because of this virus. Glory to the King. Some people are saying, oh, I got to get my heart right. Oh, man, this is a plague. Glory to the King. If this is what it takes, get your wicked heart right. But I'm saying all this because I want you guys to get a tangible feel of what I'm experiencing in New York. But also, even for Israel. Passover is coming. Literally, reading the accounts of Passover, for me, it feels like the Passover in Egypt. When the destroyer is literally going through the land and the firstborn dropping like flies. It feels like that for sure. So I say all that because I don't want anybody to take it lightly this Passover coming up. Don't take it lightly. Just because a lot of us are not traveling to Straitway and are going to be, sitting with the saints and fellowshipping like we usually do. Remember, Passover is not a place. Passover is not, I'm going to Passover, I'm going to Straitway. No, Passover is a time, it's a feast. So don't take it lightly when it comes to getting ready for this Passover. Elder Burke has said it before, beautifully. Don't take this Passover lightly. A lot of people have been cut off because they drank of that wine, they took of that unleavened bread unrighteously. So I've been really pressing that in New York. So I'm just extending this here because this atmosphere of death around what I'm seeing in New York, it definitely adds a heightened level of soberness to me. I already have it, but it heightens it. But definitely for Israel, don't take this lightly. You know what I mean? Like, don't be a fool and go around the heathen, go around populations of people and, just be around heathens. Respect this plague that's going on. Don't be a fool. You know what I'm saying? I hear a lot of people thinking this is a hoax. Yeah, I think a lot of it, there's hoax around it. There's a lot of speculation of what's causing this. But don't take it lightly, because I see a lot of bodies going to eternity, and a lot of them don't have the fear of Yah. And the word is clear. The sting of death is sin. So I know a lot of people have been asking me, do I believe 5G the cause of it? I'll say a lot of the things clinically, what I'm seeing, it lines up. When it comes to 5G affecting, I don't know if you guys done your research, but if you guys see 5G affecting oxygen molecules, and it interferes with the absorption of oxygen through the lungs into the bloodstream. I hope I'm not speaking too high, but a lot of the patients that I see passing away or crossing over, a lot of them is because their bodies are not able to absorb the oxygen, and they're given a ventilator, and the ventilator is literally doing all the work for them to breathe, to the point where it can't do anymore, and then the heart stops. Like I said before, pretty much every patient that I've seen get a ventilator and get the tube down the throat to the lungs, they don't come back. So do I believe it's 5G? I don't know. I don't think any of us really know for sure, but it definitely lines up when it comes to this 5G radiation affecting the cells, and it produces this virus, and it affects the absorption of oxygen. It definitely lines up with what I'm seeing in the hospital. But yeah, I feel like I'm speaking long already, how to make videos like this. But I really want to give you guys an update of how New York is doing. The heathen, they're in fear, hard. But the saints, we are walking in confidence, knowing that Yahweh has always been around about those that fear Him. All the saints are doing well, beautiful. Baby's doing good. We're doing well. So, like I said, continue to prepare for Passover. It's coming up real soon. Prepare the leaven in your heart. That's the most important thing. All right. Bless y'all. Shalom.
All right. So I got a couple more videos from him because that was the one he did yesterday, and then me and him talked a little bit today. So I'll play this one. This is him just responding back to the message I had sent him. So he's going to put a little information in here. But the video after this one, he really goes in on some interesting stuff that y'all need to know. All right? So here we go.
Shalom, shalom. Bless you, Michael Israel. Just getting home from work of another night. You see I'm still in my uniform. Yeah, bro. By all means, if you want to use the video, that's fine. Because I know I understand where you're coming from, where there's a lot of people that think that this thing is just a production of the government, and you know they have all this agenda behind it. And again, I think just because people think there's conspiracies behind it, people don't take it seriously. But again, if you think about it, even when it comes to 9/11, a lot of people say it's an inside job. I believe it's an inside job. Nonetheless, people died. I worked at my second hospital because I work at two different hospitals, one in Brooklyn and one in Long Island. Same thing. Bodies was dropped last night. I was in the ICU and I literally never stopped working. Never stopped working the whole night just because you can't. You got to really watch these patients because if you don't, death, the angel of death is running through the place. So even last night, people died at the second hospital I work at. That's not even Brooklyn. That's in Long Island. So yeah, by all means, brother, if you want to use my video, put it out there. By all means, I have no problem with that. Let truth set free. Yeah, I do work a lot. I pretty much work like 4 or 5 nights a week, 12 hours. So I may not be able to sit for your show, but if you use my video, that's cool. I have no problem with that. All right, God bless you, bro.
All right, so now
staying tight out here. Shalom.
We got another video, so here we go.
Hey, bless you, bro. So I'm a registered nurse. So I have a bachelor's degree in being pretty much a registered nurse, an RN. So I work in the ICU, which is an intensive care unit. So yeah, I'm literally in the epicenter of all of this. Whatever is going down with the people, they're coming to the ICU. So I'm not a doctor. I can't prescribe medicine. I don't, put orders. I don't diagnose. But I'm a registered nurse. So I work under a doctor or PA, and pretty much I work directly with all these COVID-19 patients. Like I was at another hospital last night. I work at 2 hospitals, one in Long Island and one in Brooklyn, and people were dying last night. Literally, this hospital as well has a freezer truck outside the hospital because the morgue is full. So it was interesting because I'm seeing it in Brooklyn and I'm seeing it in Long Island, which is more rural area. So everybody's getting hit. Everybody. So yeah, I'm a registered nurse. I'm not a doctor, but I work in the ICU. So I'm seeing a lot of all these effects of whatever this is, COVID-19. They're calling it. Is it a coronavirus? I don't know. That's what they're calling it. But there's a lot of speculation on what it is. But definitely when I see the information that comes about 5G, it definitely lines up with what I see with the pathology of what these patients, my patients, are dealing with. So that answers your question. Shalom, bro. Hey, bless you, bro. I'm telling you, man, people, it's like they hear something and then they run away with it. It's a hoax, and then they start questioning everything to the point where they won't receive any level of truth. And that's where a lot of them are falling short. They're not just diagnosing everybody with it. Because I've seen patients that came in and the test takes about 2 to 3 days, and then they come up negative. Okay, you don't have it. So everybody is not just testing positive. Also, even some doctors, because this thing I believe, and I've seen it, where it's airborne. So when they talk about the social distancing, where you should be giving distance to certain people, or the populations going around the streets, you shouldn't be close to random people. If you're around saints, obviously you know they're good, cool, you know. But random people in the streets, I don't get close up to nobody. I say that because, again, I'm in the ICU, so I'm dealing with patients that have this. Every night I have literally a patient. The last 2 weeks I've worked every night with a patient that is positive, one-on-one. Doctors also. And because the doctors are, like, emergencies are happening, the patients are going into cardiac arrest and they're rushing into the rooms, even some of the doctors are coming up positive. So you mean to tell me the doctors that are forcing or testing everybody, and the patients all becoming positive, they're allowing themselves to be positive too? It doesn't make sense. So whatever this is, I'm sure, again, there's conspiracy theories around it, where whatever they're telling us, of course, there's lies within truth, and that's how the devil works. He mixes truth with unrighteousness, so you're not going to always get the full truth. I don't believe everything they're telling us, where this is a coronavirus. I believe that that's what the name they're using for this thing that's going around. I don't think it's a regular cold, a regular coronavirus. It's not a regular one. But whatever it is serious. Very serious. And if it was that serious, doctors would not be diagnosing themselves with COVID-19. Because there's doctors that I've worked with that they're out because they are testing positive. Like chiefs, like doctors that run the hospital, they're not coming to work because they tested positive. It's not like, oh, they're testing every patient. It's to the point where the ED, the emergency department, is full. It's loaded with people. Loaded. So they're actually not even testing everybody. There's people that come in, can you test me? Okay, how bad is it? Do you have a fever? No, I just have a bad cough. Alright, can't test you. Because they don't have enough tests. They're not testing everybody and saying, oh, everybody's positive. No, they're not. They're only allowing tests for those that are critical. You have a very short, bad shortness of breath. You have a fever, and you've been fighting it for a few days. You still haven't overcome. Okay, we'll give you the test now. So I get people talk. Maybe I will sit for your show if you want me to, because there's a lot of misinformation around this, and I think maybe if I articulate myself, it may help people understand that it is actually very serious. So when they talk about the social distances, where you should give distance to people, yeah, definitely give distance. If you want to walk around with a mask, don't laugh like, oh shit, look at this nigga, he's wearing a mask. Bro, wear your mask, because this thing is airborne for sure. It goes through the air, so be very cautious. That's why I stress to all the brothers here. There's brothers that come here all the time, bro, it's a joke, man, bro, it's not a flu, it's a regular. I'm like, bro, alright, bro, I eyewitness to this shit. People are dying every single night. I'm seeing them go to eternity every single night. Family members calling me because they're not allowed into the hospital. They drop them off at the ED. The patient's bad enough, okay, they accept them in. They get a call 3-4 days later. Listen, your husband died. I'm sorry, we couldn't do anything. This is stuff that is not a joke. A lot of families are being destroyed right now, especially in New York. I think people can have that normalcy bias because they're not experiencing it in their states. They don't feel it in their area. So they're like, this is bullshit. No, it is not bullshit. Is it the coronavirus? That's what they're calling it. Is it a typical coronavirus? It doesn't come across like a coronavirus. This is a lot more serious than any coronavirus from the past. SARS, it's not like before. Nonetheless, it is still claiming lives. Still claiming lives. So, I don't know, if I did come onto your show, maybe it would help clear a lot of the misinformation that's going out there. So we could talk. But I do work a lot, so we'd have to schedule it in. But yeah, this is not. Again, there are conspiracies around it, sure, but it does not mean it's not serious. I compare it to 9/11. There's so many conspiracies around 9/11. Sure, it still took out thousands of people. I hope people can understand that. I'm literally seeing it every night. So, yeah, bro. All
right, so let me see it. There might be one more. All right.
Yeah, I'm the fellowship head of.
Okay, so he just y'all can hear this because if y'all might, when this all blows over, link up with Straitway New York.
Yeah, I'm the fellowship head of Straitway New York. Yes, I am. And I was the one playing the keys. And you can say brother. Yeah, we're all brothers. But brother Nick is my brother in spirit, obviously from the faith, but not my fleshly brother. But yeah, that was brother Nick on the sax. But yeah, I was the one playing the keys, and I am the fellowship head of Straitway New York. And I'm gonna take down your number.
All right. So yeah. So but yeah, that's just telling you, some people are so carried away with these conspiracy theories. It'd be like some of these people, literally, their wife would get the coronavirus and they'd be like, oh, so you're one of them too. So they got to you? The Illuminati got to you? And then they'd come down with the coronavirus and they'd be like, how'd the Illuminati get to me? And they'd be sticking a ventilator in their mouth and they'd be passing away because they're too stupid to realize, look, this thing is real. Okay? And I'm just saying that because, like I said, as usual, I don't go off hearsay, second, third, fifth hand information. I try to get as close. Like I said, one of the brothers in here in Straitway, Florida, he lives in New York. I had him on. I'm sorry, he lives in Georgia, but I had him on the phone the other day on the show. Brother Willie, he came down with it. He verified it. So I'm getting eyewitness sources, and then I hear people just coming up with clever stuff in their head that don't line up with the scriptures, and saying dangerous stuff to people, stuff that could get people killed. And I'm like, yo, take it serious. And then if it does turn out to be a big conspiracy, y'all can clown Michael Israel later. But if I'm right, you ain't going to get to clown me. You're going to be dead. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I put this on here. So Brother Amir Carter, he put, this is eye-opening. Yep. And people, I see some of y'all asking, y'all telling me, hey, that I need to bring them on the show. Yeah. We are in the time of, okay, and brain, yeah. Okay, so yeah, but yeah, I saw where a couple people, they ask, hey, like I said, I want to be respectful of Brother Steve's time because he kind of alluded to the schedule he's on. Man, 12-hour shifts, and that brother needs his sleep. He definitely needs all y'all's prayer. Y'all pray for the saints up there in Straitway, New York. Pray for their safety and everything, especially Brother Steve. Pray he gets his rest. He stays strong. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, what they're saying on the news is, they're predicting, it's gonna get worse. What I told the saints down here in Straitway, Florida, and it's also what I did is. And Koya made a post about it. Does Brother Steve have a YouTube channel, Brother Mike? Brother Steve, does Brother Steve have a YouTube channel? I'm not sure. Me and him are gonna definitely be communicating. I kind of leave the communication channel to be open in his thing. Like, I'm not gonna call him and harass him because I don't want to take the chance of waking him up while he's trying to get his rest. But he'll be reaching back out to me, and he'll be keeping me up to date, and I'll definitely ask him if he has a YouTube channel. And we're gonna get him on here though. He's gonna come on the show. so that, you know, he could do a question and answer and everything like that. And he's not the only person I know in the medical field. There's a bunch of people. Another brother reached out to me from Washington State. I think he's out there in Seattle. And a lot of what he's saying sounds just like what Brother Steve said, just in his own words. But he was telling me the same stuff. Yeah, so well, brother Vincent, what my take, like I said yesterday when I read prophecy or conspiracy, I was reading out of Second Ezra chapter 15. What you see going on lines up perfectly with biblical prophecy. The timing, what it's affecting, the nations that are the hardest hit by it, all line up biblically. You see what I'm saying? The other theories I've heard people throw out, a lot of them I just disregard because they don't line up with scripture. Like if you can't book it, I ain't gonna look at it. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so yeah, he does have a YouTube channel. Let's pull it up here. I'll pull it up here. Somebody just said they said he does have a YouTube channel. So let me bring it up, and y'all can subscribe to it. And maybe when he gets time, he'll do updates on it. But let me see if I get it up here. Northeast Straitway Northeast. I think that's what. Yep. So there it is. Let me bring it up here, and I will put it up on the screen for y'all. There it is. All right, Straitway Northeast. Y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button there. Okay. All right, and let's see. And these brothers are brilliant musicians. It does not look like they have a whole bunch of videos, but let me show y'all this real quick, just so y'all, because a lot of y'all don't realize you've already let me see. There we go. So this is Brother Steve right here. That's him right there playing the keyboard. Okay, y'all remember I play this video all the time. All right, so brother could jam out. But yeah, that's him right there. You know, I'm sure y'all remember me playing the video. Now, let me show y'all something else. Let me show y'all a couple things. It says, you got to listen to this. It says, Houston's Democratic mayor tells criminals to chill and stop committing crime until after coronavirus. Okay? These folks is crazy. And then you got this crazy lady here. Okay? It says, I'm going to read it. Go the F home. Woman repeatedly screams bloody murder, drops F-bombs on anti-abortion street preacher in Seattle. Okay? And again, that goes back to that, to the Second Ezra chapter 15, where it's talking about the innocent cry out. They cry out, these aborted babies. And these people are, you know, you have to go look this up for yourself. There's a video on YouTube. I'll show y'all a piece of it real quick. I don't want to hear this. I mean, this woman, when I say she screams, I mean, oh, it looked like they took it down. Hold on. I think they took it down already. Yeah, I think they took it down. You have to watch. Well, they don't want you to play it on here because the abortion people are complaining. But the title of the video is Screaming Woman Tells Abortionist to Go Home. These folks is crazy, man. They demonically possessed. And I mean, You know, it's both. All right, so let's see what y'all talking about. Let's see what look like. All right, let's see what y'all. It says that Yah is cleaning house, so he still and know. So be still and know this: a lot of ignorant people will perish. Yeah, yeah, a lot of ignorant people will perish. Yeah, you don't want to play with this. All right, somebody said, did you book what all I sent you, Brother Michael Israel? Yeah, I'm going to look it over. I'm going to definitely look it over. Yep. Shalom, can you run the first video back for those that missed it? Nah, Brother Damien, you just, when I'm done with the live, you're just going to have to play it back. I live streamed it here or right there with y'all on Facebook and on YouTube. But yeah, you go ahead and play it back. There's a lot of good information in there, man. Brother Steve came, he really put this thing into perspective. And like I said, my main thing is I've heard a lot of the people, they don't believe it's real. And I felt a personal responsibility to get out here and just put as much truth as I can out and to caution people, to warn people, not to scare people, not to freak people out, but just to, you know, because I know people get sucked into a lot of this stuff that's out here on social media. It will suck you in, but you always got to stay grounded in truth, reality, and wisdom. You got to think wisely, you know. You got to think, hey, I'd rather look stupid than be dead, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. And I think brother Steve brilliantly put that into perspective. Elder George Worrell, he said the 5G thing keeps coming up. The 5G thing, I think it holds weight. I think there's something to it, absolutely. And a matter of fact, like because I've been researching it, but what I was saying, Brother George, is that wasn't what was troubling me. What was troubling me and what was troubling Koya is we were seeing people saying that the virus doesn't exist. It's just the regular flu, this, that, and the other. And that's why I felt it was imperative to bring Brother Steve to play his videos, because he works in the ER or in the ICU in New York City, Ground Zero, front lines. And who better to get information from about this than Brother Steve? So I see a lot of y'all coming in now. Make sure y'all go back and watch those videos of me and Brother Steve's discussion that I played earlier in this broadcast, because I just want people to go into what's coming. Again, we ain't really, if you in Florida, you ain't seen nothing yet, you know, and I'm not, that's just factual from what I've been researching, people I've been talking to, and what the conclusion, the wise conclusion I've arrived at is getting ready to hit. All right, one last thing, y'all. I told all Straitway, Florida, the saints here that fellowship with us and everything. I did it too. I got up early this morning, went to the store, and stocked up on a lot of food for real, to make sure I don't gotta go out of this house for nothing, or just go out there to the store anymore for anything. And there's a couple things I might need to get. Maybe I'll get them today, tomorrow. But I'm going to tell you, just like I told them, to play it safely. Okay, so you're not gambling on second, third, fourth, fifth hand information. Look, what I would do if I were you is go out, get all the food you can, because I'm telling you, by next week, man, it's gonna be crazy. Okay, I think it would behoove you to just play it safe and play it wise. Stock up. Make sure you got everything. Think it out. Think it out. You know, and then figure out the financial thing later on. Just make sure you got food, because based on what Brother Steve said, what some of these other brothers I've talked to have said, and what I'm seeing, you know, treat it like Egypt. The Passover for Egypt, the literal, study them verses. Me and Koya were talking, and she, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go on here. Pastor Dow will probably do it, because I think he did it the last feast. But if he doesn't, because I know he's very busy, there's a lot going on, I'm gonna just go on here and just go through the basic Passover scriptures, because I know a lot of people, it's their first time keeping it. A lot of y'all get confused, because as we get closer to Passover, you're going to see one group keeping Passover this week, another one that week, another one the week after, and people keeping Passover at all these different times. And that's because some people believe that the first sliver of the moon marks the beginning of a month. Some people believe a full moon marks the beginning of the month. Some people believe the last sliver of the moon marks the beginning of the month. So it throws the feast days off. And some people believe that when you see that first sliver, it's the weekend after is the first week of the month or whatever. Some people believe when you see that first sliver, it's the week before, the weekend before. And they believe that with all those different moons that I just said. Like, so with the full moon, all that, they believe, okay, when the full moon pops up, it's the weekend before. When the full moon pops up, it's a weekend after. So you have all that. But what the Most High said is, you don't, when his returning is going to be in a season. You don't know the day or the hour, but you will know the season. Just like now, we know that we see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So the saints know. Now you listen to what they're saying on the news. Oh, we're going to overcome this, and we're going to stay positive, and this ain't like that. God is the last thing on a lot of these people's minds. Okay. All right. So, all right. Somebody said, there's something about Florida I'm wondering about. Florida. Okay. All right. Well, let us know what you're wondering about, sis. All right. Corey said, I appreciate Brother Steve for sharing the eyewitness report. May Yah continue to protect and cover his household. Yes. I want y'all to pray for Brother Steve. If y'all didn't see Brother Steve's videos, go back and watch it. That's important information. That's why I put this on, man. That's eyewitness. That's a brother I know. I've met him and been around him, and he's part of the ministry. This isn't some unidentified, unknown Facebook guy with third-hand information. This is real talk. So look, shall Yah deliver? She said, bless you, Brother Michael Israel. Thank you for keeping us in the loop on this important issue. Bless you, Brother Steve. Yep. Let's bless Brother Steve. And somebody said, turn off your Wi-Fi, causes cancer. And I would, man. What I would recommend, and I see Brother Terrence is in here watching too. Terrence is part of Straitway, Florida. He works in the medical in a hospital here in Florida, and he too has bear witness. He just started working, and he was just saying he's not working around the corona patients, but he said they roped off. They have 2 floors, I think he said, dedicated to it in the hospital where he's at. And even some of the stuff that Brother Terrence has said line is similar to what Brother Steve was saying. Andrew said, I was wondering why we didn't go on lockdown and we don't have 5G towers. All right, so here in Florida, what I'm watching, they're going to lock this down soon. Okay, so let me explain this too. When you listen to the government briefings or whatever those press conferences the governor here does, what they're trying to do is that what you know the way they say mitigate the curve and all that stuff like that. What they mean by that is they want to saturate the hospitals with enough patients, and when it begins getting close to its saturation limit, they want to lock the whole city down to slow the influx of people. So they want to get the people through there without bottlenecking them, because if they don't lock it down, it's just gonna spike out. Okay, if they just lock everything down now, it's just gonna drag on out for a long time. So I think that's how they explained it. So that's why Florida hasn't been locked down. And like if you look at the infection rate, especially up here in Northeast Florida, we're beginning to get to the point where it's getting crazy. But these places that have these international airports and a lot of folks coming in and out, they get hit hard. So yeah. But also, Sister Angela, because Pastor Dow told us, hey, if you see these 5G towers, he was like, let me know. He was like, take pictures of them or whatever. So maybe today or tomorrow or whatever, I'm going to do a video. And because I went around and it looks like, man, all these towers are popping up around here. Predominantly, they were in the downtown area, though, like Riverside, and over there near Atlantic Boulevard, where Atlantic breaks off from Beach. Over in that area, I saw a lot, but that was the route I drove. Okay, so good question. All right, yeah, man. Somebody said soon as Passover. Yeah. If you got a question, Amir Carter, go ahead and put it in there. Just make sure you put a question mark on it. Okay, just make sure you put a question mark on it. Yeah, so yeah, man. Everything. Listen, I'm going off with brother Steve just put in there about the cell phones, how bad they are. Listen, everything about this Greco-Roman beast system that we are under, that they call European culture, modern culture, whatever you want to call this. Every single aspect of it is satanic, wicked, and demonic. Whether it's their religious system known as Catholicism, or the harlots that came off, because it's the mother of harlots. So the harlots that came off of Catholicism, Christianity, Islam, was it the Kingdom Hall people, with them people, Jehovah's with any of that stuff that broke off there, it's all wicked. It's toxic. When you look at the water we get in our house is toxic. The food they grow is toxic. The way they go about growing the food is toxic. The educational system is toxic. The music's toxic. Their idea of marriage is toxic. Their idea of male-female roles is toxic. Every single thing about it is toxic, is wicked. The way their women dress is toxic. You name it, their history, the way they teach history, they got the whatever touch, the doo-doo touch, because everything they touch turns to crap. This wicked ass nation, everything they touch. Their idea of women, a woman's right to choose, is toxic. That's why it says, come out from among them. Be ye separate. Oh, I'm going to be separate in my mind. You got to literally get away from them. You got to get away from their 5G towers. You have to get off their water system. You got to get off their food system. You have to come out from among them and be ye separate. 100. It's all wicked as hell. And look, hey man, hey, y'all see, I don't know if y'all seen the news article, but man, these people was trying to evacuate that city. And they're like, nah, stay your ass there. You know, they had the people in Rhode Island. They had the Army National Guard in Rhode Island hunting down New Yorkers. You know what I'm saying? They got a checkpoint here in Florida. They got you can't come into Florida right now without going through a I think it's a military. It's either a military or a state trooper checkpoint to get into Florida now. And if you're from New York, they're going to turn you around. Or they're going to leave you in Georgia. So, yeah, man. All right, so let's see what if brother asks his question, because I know he said he had a question. Okay, somebody said, I'm an EMT student in Tennessee, and on my last clinical, we picked up a lady from a nursing home that tested positive for COVID-19. That same nursing home is overrun with it now. Airborne. Somebody else, 129 people tested positive for it. That includes the nurses there. Wow. Man. Brother Mayers, we're probably going to hear about that one, because that's serious there, man. That thing popped off. All right, let's see. Wow, that's serious, brother. It's not a game out here, man. And all right, so somebody put a crown. I googled it. I have a picture. Okay. You have a picture of the tower? Yeah, I took videos, high res, some of them, videos of these towers. And I know the boxes on them all look identical. But also when I researched 5G, I don't think it's up there on those poles. It's a lot closer. It's like on the corner of your house or on a low light pole in your neighborhood. I think that's the way that's set up. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's see. Okay, there he goes. Amir asked his question. He said, what should my family do if me and my father believe Straitway is the truth, but my mother doesn't like Straitway? She doesn't like Pastor Dow's preaching style, multiple wives. What I tell people when they're in situations like that is the most powerful witness you can give to a person, the most powerful witness that the thing that's gonna witness to them and have the most powerful effect on them knowing that what you're doing is the truth is your fruits. You know, your behavior, how you conduct yourself, how you deal with her, how patient you are with her. If you're truly walking this thing out in spirit and in truth, and that person ain't wicked, it's going to be like a magnet to them when they see that you have patience, long suffering, peace, joy, all that stuff. You're not trying to cram it down their throat. Your mother, I think you said, is that your mother you said? Yeah, your mother will see you preparing. She'll see the logic in it in events like this, and she sees it in your life. I can't tell you the number of people, people with the religious spirit, they're like, oh, hallelujah, yeah. Oh, praise, yeah. Oh, they most emotional one. But then they the wickedest people. And they cause logical people who would be good saints, they cause them like, oh, man, that stuff's fake. They ain't serious about it. So that's the most powerful witness there, Brother Amir. All right, let's see what we got. Yeah. All right. All right. We are stationed in Italy. The local police make you have papers to be out on the street. We live on base though. Hey, brother Ashley, hit me up in Messenger so we can hit me up in Messenger. Cause yeah, I want that. It'd be good to have boots on the ground, Italy, or somebody who's getting kind of frontline information out there. So, brother Ashley, definitely hit me up in there. All right. So yeah. Oh, sister Ashley. Okay. All right. I see a dude in your picture. Okay, that's your husband. Okay. All right. I'm looking at that little bitty picture in there. So, brother Gideon, Hebrew commando in the building. Shalom, brother Gideon. Brother Gideon, what you seeing up there in Carolina, man? Let me know. We'll let brother Gideon. Let me see. Let me turn up my volume. See if I can see a dude in your picture. Okay, that's. I can hear me. Look like my volume good there. You might have to turn up your volume, brother Glover. Hey, brother Gideon, let me know what you're seeing up there in Carolina. Y'all let me know what y'all seeing wherever y'all at. Somebody said any tips on fasting. I regularly intermittent fast. So like for instance, a couple days ago, I was on the go and I didn't eat anything all day. And like when I finally got home and settled down, I ate late that night. Some things about fasting outside of the spiritual aspect, because it does something to you spiritually where you can take in the word and meditate on the word on a higher spiritual level, if that makes any sense. But on a physical level also, like I tell people, a big, huge chunk of your body's energy and resources go to, and your blood, and the life's in the blood goes to digesting food. So whether you do a water fast, which a water fast is one of the most powerful fasts you could do for healing, or you do a watermelon fast, that's like the second most powerful, or a grape fast, or an apple fast, something that has the water in it, and you just eat that all day for maybe 2 days or so, man, that's powerful. Your body will really make your body heal itself up, because your body's like, okay, I know it's all geared up and set up to digest watermelon every day, all day, every day. Watermelon don't require a lot to digest, and it has a lot of water in it, So there's all types of fasts that you could do, but absolutely you should fast. Yes, it is very beneficial in a lot of ways, but the number one way is spiritual. It's spiritually beneficial to fast. Okay? Shalom, Elder Rufus. Good to see you in there. Good to see you in there. All right. Let's see. Let me go back over here on the other side. Over here. All right. So, Brother Gideon, he's chiming in on what he's seeing up in Carolina. He says streets have less people out because we are now on lockdown. So, there you go. South Carolina is on lockdown. Or I think Gideon's in South Carolina. Or it might be North. No, he might be in North Carolina. He'll let me know. He's going to let me know. So that's what he's seeing up there. All right. He's in North. Elder Rufus said he's in North Carolina. Elder Rufus, are you in Georgia? What are you seeing up there in Georgia? I know if you are in Georgia, you are in a rural area, so it's probably really no big difference to y'all. But y'all let me know, man. Y'all let me know. All right. All right. Let's see there. Okay. You said there is a lot of flack over film your hospital. Not sure why. Okay. Yeah, the brother in Seattle, he said he's gonna send me some stuff, but I think it's a big deal if you film the hospital. But I'll tell you what, I'll have brother, I ain't gonna say it on here, but if I'm sent film, I'm not gonna put it on here, but I will let you know what they send me. But I understand why, they wouldn't want the hospital film. So, all right. So Elder Rufus said they doing okay, not much going on. Sister Sue said Kentucky is on lockdown. They done locked Kentucky down, okay? So Kentucky's on lockdown. And I know in D.C., like I said, here, let me put that up here. I got that article right here. Check this out. This is D.C. Okay, it says, breaking. Mayor issues stay-at-home order for Washington, D.C. Residents under threat of $5,000 fine and jail time. And that's a lockdown there. They're like, man, they see you walking, they better not catch you, right? All right, somebody said also on fasting, when you deprive the flesh from food, you are fed on the word and sharpens and sobers you from a spiritual perspective and physically give organs a rest and helps in cases of famine too. Yep. Yeah, it gets you used to just skipping meals, And even here, like normally we'll eat maybe one big meal a day, on average. You know what I'm saying? Like some days, I eat one big meal and then my other meal might be some watermelon. Like yesterday, one of my meals was just grapes, So yeah. And like I said, you want to give yourself time to heal, okay? Give yourself time to heal. All right. But anyway, all right, Brother Christopher, appreciate that. And he wrote, I live in Louisiana. We can't go into Florida or Texas, but I drive trucks. So yeah, you probably got a letter so that you could cross state lines. We only have a few confirmed cases in the county. So Elder Rufus, and Elder Rufus, the reason they only have a few confirmed cases is because they came out from among them. They are way out there where I'm going to be soon. I am getting away from these population centers. I'm going to be honest, y'all. I know me, I could feel it when I go up in those stores. I could feel the, whatever you want to call it, the fear. So yeah. Let's see. Okay, so one last thing I want to do here. So y'all not all freaked out. Number one, pray, fast, seek the Lord, study the word. Okay. Elder Rufus also said the stores are still open. Just got to go through drive-thrus, so he said they got to go through drive-thrus up there. So Elder Rufus is way up north Georgia, way up north Georgia, okay, in the rural area. I want to give y'all some pointers, though. Pray, fast, seek the Lord. That's number one, okay? Seek the Most High, okay? That's studying his word. Figure out what's going on. Figure out what this is, where you're at in the prophetic timeline. Study. You see what I'm saying? That's number one. All right? Now, some tips, some health tips. Wash your hands, take showers, take nice hot showers. Heat is key. Why is heat key? if you're active and you exercise and you're moving, you're getting out there and you're working and you're using your body and you're using these lungs, you stand a much better chance to, if you do get it, you're going to overcome it. One of the other things I've been doing, like for instance, I took oregano oil, put a couple drops on I think it was like 1 or 2 drops on a damp paper towel. And after I come out from somewhere or whatever, I just inhale a big whiff of it. And, you know, the concept behind that, I'm not saying it's factual, but my whole concept is oregano is an antiviral. It's regarded as antiviral. Me and we've been drinking, daily we drink Koya's elderberry formula. It has, it strengthens your immune system. She puts herbs in there that also strengthens your respiratory system, targets that, all that stuff. So we drink that daily. We drink a lot of ginger and lemonade. I mean, but we've always done that. We've always drank a lot of that. And in the way we eat, just a diet. Our diet is filled with a lot of water-based fruit, a lot of oranges, watermelon, grapes, you know, a lot of lemons and limes, you know, and a ton of water. So we do that. What else? But yeah, pretty herbal, nutrient-dense diet. We don't do a whole bunch of bread and grain and all that. Like the way our plates are set up, it'll be a lot of vegetables, some meat, and a little bit of grain or whatever. But it's mostly, bulk of it is vegetables, okay? And we're active, you know. We turn the plate up, you know. We don't eat 3 meals a day. We eat 1 meal a day maybe, sometimes 2 if we have time, and a lot of fruit throughout the day, just kind of grazing on fruits and water and stuff like that. A lot of water. They said colloidal silver. The reason I didn't mention the colloidal silver is because they say you can't find it anywhere. They said it's all sold out, but if you could come across that, get that. Get the colloidal silver. Okay? Activity though. Like when your body's shaking and moving and doing stuff and all them systems is working, they're getting strengthened. Okay? All right, let's see what y'all put here. Yeah, Brother Mir says very tense at the grocery stores. And that's why I told people, man, these next couple days, y'all need to be making your final rounds at these grocery stores and putting the finishing touches on your food stockpile and get ready to buckle down and just try to endure for a couple weeks. So that's going to take make sure a lot of food, you know, but I recommend that. Okay, that's what I told the saints down here, Straitway, Florida, also. Video about that, yes. Okay, so yeah, man, and you can. Oh yeah, yep. And I was getting ready to say that, Brother Steve. And you can make colloidal silver. You know, a matter of fact, I seen one dude just do it with some stuff around the house and some batteries and some silver. Like I got some silver coins, you know. So, yep. All right, let's see. All right, so yeah, y'all. But with that said, y'all, I'm going to wrap this up. If y'all are just tuning, excuse me, I see the viewership went up a little bit. So if y'all just coming in, I was just chit-chatting. But the main part of this video that you got to see is at the beginning where I play the information that Brother Steve was bringing out. Brother Steve is a RN in New York, works in the ICU. He's on the front lines of this corona thing up there. So go back, make sure you watch that. Appreciate y'all. Michael Israel, subscribe, like, share, whatever. Get the word out. Shalom, shalom, y'all.